I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll talk to journalism students from the University of Maryland and look at a listening tour by the county's Commission for Women. But first, making headlines this week. There's a big new player in the grocery store game. Harris Teeter has opened right on the border of Severna Park and Pasadena, and the opening was so big that shoppers lined up around the block. The 49,000 square foot store will be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and bring 150 jobs to the completely done McAfee Gateway Shopping Center next to the Early Heights Fire Station. The store features everything from a full-service butcher's market to sushi, a pizza stand, and a pharmacy. County Executive Steve Shue said the store benefited from recent fee cuts and faster permitting.
But one of the lesser known tools that we use to improve the economic climate and to drive economic activity in the county is called the revitalization tax credit. And the revitalization tax credit is really important. It's kind of behind the scenes, but what it does is it offers people, developers and businesses the opportunity to have a reduction in their property taxes if they rehabilitate older, declining commercial corridors. Now, you may not know it, but you are right now standing in one of those revitalization zones. What was here just a few months ago was an older, declining, seen better days commercial strip center that you may remember. It has now been replaced and given way to this wonderful, outstanding Harris Teeter. So when a business chooses, particularly a business like Harris Teeter chooses to come to Anne Arundel County, it tells me that we're on the right track and on our way to being the best place to live, work, and start a business in the state of Maryland.
Now, Dave, this is the first Harris Teeter in Anne Arundel County. Very exciting.
Exciting,
And
yes.
residents have been anticipating this for months. Now, what do you think? What's your grocery store favorite?
Well, first of all, of course, it's a gorgeous store.
Harris Teeters are beautiful.
It's a beautiful store. I was actually going to ask you, so I've been to Harris Teeter, but it was in Virginia, and in Virginia it's a different layout because they can sell alcoholic beverages. So it's totally different, probably a totally different thing, but apparently people just love this place. And the word on the street for people are like, we're getting Harris Teeter, we're getting Harris Teeter.
It's exciting just to have another option.
Yeah.
Also, they have their name brand stuff, also very great. So it's very exciting as well. As far as my favorites, I really like Trader Joe's. There's not one near me. But I like
that makes sense. You'd be a Trader Joe's
it's
crunchy
funny.
granola kind of deal.
Crunchy granola, got it. I like different stores for different things. When
Me
it
too.
comes to pantry staples, I love going to Safeway.
Well, and you can get deals that way too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So when it comes to stocking my pantry, getting your olive oil, your spices, all that stuff, I go Safeway. When it comes to meat specials and veggies, fruit, produce, all that, Harris Teeter.
Okay.
When it comes to awesome snacks and things you want to serve at a party, Trader Joe's.
So here are the keys to me. It's open 24 hours.
That's usually Safeway.
Yeah, I mean there are other grocery stores that are open 24 hours, but not a lot, not all of them. And it's on my way home. It's right on
your way home.
It's right where I turn off of 2 to go home.
Okay.
So it's right at that corner.
And that's why I have Teeter and Safeway right by my house.
Well, we'll see. I mean, people are very excited, so hopefully the store will be very successful and all of the people will be happy.
And a little tip for you, bring another grocery store in the mix here. If you're ever looking for a killer cookie, they have got a tea cookie cart at the entrance and in the bakery of Whole Foods.
Oh my God.
It's the most amazing.
Who knew? I've been looking for tea cookies forever.
No, seriously, I've brought Chuck and you for your birthdays. I've gotten you guys Whole Foods.
Oh, those
stuff.
were good.
Those were good. So if you're looking for dessert.
I'm sorry. Did I just do the wrong thing again and totally start making fun of you for you doing something nice to me?
Yeah, and you actually liked something.
I hate when that happens.
Way to foot in mouth.
Sarcasm only gets you so far.
How's that foot taste, Dave?
Well, Kristin, it felt like the last day of school last week as scores of students from the University of Maryland descended on the Arundel Center in Annapolis to present projects they completed for the county. The presentations were part of the PALS program, which stands for Partnership for Action in Learning and Sustainability. Say that 5 times fast. A year ago, the students were given assignments to solve problems in every county department, from information technology and planning to food hubs and suicide prevention. One of my favorite projects, Kristin, was a special entrepreneurship program for our public schools.
Of course.
It's really cool. The college students designed a model for students to create, market, and sell a product that matches high school students with jobs at local businesses. It's called a portal.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I talked with the graduate students who designed the business plan from the Robert Smith School of Business in College Park, and here's what they had to say.
So this business markets an internship portal that connects local businesses in Anne Arundel County Public Schools to the students in the high schools. And so they're working to market it to other county public schools around Southern Maryland.
So we sort of gave them a framework. We were working through the process ourselves to develop the final framework that we'll use in the future for other student-run businesses. But basically what we did was we looked at key partners and activities, people they needed to talk to, sort of what the value was of their business. Customer relations, we really focused on stakeholder discovery, so making sure that when they marketed their product, they knew who their stakeholders were so they could really market it in the best way possible. The cost structure, it's a website, so replicating that website, and customer relations, things like that were really what we focused on when developing their business plan.
So the big thing that we wanted to do was to make sure that not just internet, but any high school business that Tammy works with in the future, Tammy would have that framework and a lot of resources to help them with any business model that they wanted. So right now this is more an internet-based business. It's on the computer, and it's very lean and very fast, so like a smaller team of students can do it. But it also applies to more brick and mortar. So any business that wants, just needs to start, needs a theory of change, needs to, start pricing or figure out their value proposition. They use this canvas, they use like all our model, and I think they have a really good advantage if they were to use this. And, everything that we can do to help Tammy, because she's been doing a great job in the county, like helping out these businesses start. So.
Now, other projects included renderings of future visions for Tipton Airport and Arlington Echo Outdoor Education Center. Shout out, Kristin Lagana went there.
Shout out.
Did you?
What?
You've been there, right?
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Arlington Echo? Are you kidding me?
It's not a pop quiz, Kristin.
I think they've got like a room there for me.
There you go. The Lagana wing.
The Lagana wing.
If you want to find out more about these projects, go to our YouTube page and watch more interviews with the students, and there will be so much more to come.
So impressive.
Thank you for coming, by the way.
I had the opportunity to come stop by the Arundel Center and looking around at all the vision boards of what these students created. Amazing.
Amazing. I was very impressed with what they did. And you never know what you're going to get, and there's so much logistics with this. I was in charge of kind of facilitating it, and so many emails and calls and meetings and things we had to coordinate, and it was really nice to see the final products. And those boards you saw were just kind of the tip of the iceberg. The students come back later as they finish their courses. They give us these major reports, like these books full of stuff.
From what I saw, it was outstanding work they'd already done. And when the program leaders spoke to the actual projects when they did their presentation, I was really impressed. They called students kind of just spur of the moment, and you would have thought these kids aren't old enough to really know how to public speak and get up and talk about but they really did impress me.
Yeah.
They knew what they were talking about, and they presented themselves well.
We had to actually catch ourselves whenever we called them kids, because
they're not kids.
They're in college. They're not really kids.
To us.
They're kids to us.
Not
but
kids.
They did a great job. Good job. Shout out University of Maryland Terps. We love the
go
Terps. We always love the Terps.
Well, the Department of Aging and Disabilities has opened a new location to better serve residents. It's extra convenient for you, Dave, as you enter your later years.
Oh, ouch.
Because the office is located right next to our studio in the Henry Hine building in Glen Burnie.
Age is a state of mind, Kristin.
That's true. You are your shoe size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's what Department Director Pam Jordan had to say about the new office.
Here we are up north where the greatest need in Anne Arundel County is. We know there are more older adults in the Glen Burnie, Brooklyn Park area that need our services, so we're very pleased to be here today.
The department provides 23 different services in 27 locations around the county. And don't forget the Pascal Senior Center right down the street. Shout out, Pascal.
Shout out. We love the Pascal. And by the way,
Make it down.
I wear a size 11, so I don't know.
11.
Does that mean anything?
I don't know. I think it was a cut down when we were in elementary school.
Oh.
Or maybe middle school. You act as old as your shoe size.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense to
Which
me. I get it now.
I'm 7.5.
So I act 11. Okay.
Yeah.
I do kind of act like that sometimes. Sorry.
I do too. It's all right.
We're young at heart. We'll never get old. Ever. Ever gonna get old. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to students from the University of Maryland
Go Terps. Yep.
about their documentary journalism project covering the heroin epidemic in Anne Arundel County. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have our guests with us, and this is Mackenzie Happe and Susann Shin. They're from the University of Maryland College Park. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thanks, we're happy to be here.
Well, we should start off with congratulations, because I hear you're graduating in a few days.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's exciting.
Very exciting, and majored in journalism, correct?
Yes, both of us.
Well, we're having you here today because there's a documentary that I was actually very lucky enough to have caught just the preview of on Friday at the PALS program overview. And it's a documentary that you guys have been working on. Tell us a bit about the documentary, the title, what your roles were with it.
So we were part of the Viewfinder team, which is a documentary storytelling video group at the University of Maryland. And our big project between the fall and the spring semester was creating this documentary on the heroin and opioid epidemic in Anne Arundel County. So tonight we'll be screening our year-long reporting full documentary video, so we're really excited for that.
Yeah, and I imagine when you got this project, it's very heavy subject matter. What were kind of your first thoughts when you were presented with this task?
Our first reaction was just to kind of try and talk to people and learn a lot about it for ourselves. We wanted to go in there and know about what was going on before we started, making videos and, talking to people. So we did a lot of initial just research and looking at the numbers of the deaths and overdoses, and then we started reaching out to people.
And with all this research, was there anything that you learned about addiction that you didn't know before?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
much. Like, I feel like, we really just dived in, and I don't think anyone really expected or knew what to expect, I guess. But I think one of the first things that just really struck me and stuck out to me is that addiction is not a criminal problem. It's a mental.
No discrimination when it comes to addiction.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's people who have addiction are really struggling and they want to get better, but it's really a fight in with their mental state and just physically as well. It takes such a toll on their body and all aspects of their life.
So here's what everyone wants to know. What does it take to be a good video journalist?
Well, it takes a lot of listening, and it takes a lot of research. Like we said earlier, you need to know what you're talking about before you get in there and ask these people the questions, because you want to be able to interact with them in a very natural way and get them to tell you their story in a way that they would just be talking to a friend.
What's the hardest part of it?
The hardest part, I think, is being prepared. Like, especially with this topic, we really we had to do all the research and make sure we were going into meeting our characters and shooting, that we were fully prepared for anything that could happen, making sure we know how to use our equipment, we know how to handle ourselves in situations, especially with talking to people on such personal levels, and making sure we're very careful about that.
It's a delicate subject.
Did you ever tape an interview and then find out your battery was dead?
Oh, yeah. I've absolutely done that.
Yeah. My life.
Yeah, or that you forgot to press record.
That's
that's horrible.
It makes you sound so stupid.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
You know, you can be really smart and forget to hit record.
Yeah, exactly. Simple mistakes.
That happens.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Oh my
On any level, college student,
Right.
professional,
Somewhat
professional.
I'm very professional.
Very professional.
Tell us about, a lot of Viewfinder is focused on characters that you meet along the way.
Yes.
Tell us, if you could each tell me a character you met that made an impression on you.
So I actually talked a lot with Angel Trainer, who I'm sure you guys know.
We love
she
Angel.
is a character. She loves to talk about the subject, and she really wants to put the information out there. So it was really easy to get her to just let her passion show through and talk about a subject that she really cares about.
Yeah, my main character for my piece was a man named Larry Griffin, and he is the head of the We Care and Friends community group in in the
Very
Clay Street
involved in the
neighborhood.
community,
Yeah, he's super involved, and he was great to just hear his stories about the neighborhood and throughout history how it's evolved.
Well, this is an exciting time for you guys. Kudos on closing on this documentary, but congratulations as you look ahead to graduation.
Thanks.
Now that the documentary is done, what's next? Do you have a project that you are working on, or are you looking for internships?
Are you just going to go to the beach?
You're going to go to the beach?
Oh,
What
I
do you?
wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's kind of scary. I mean, applying for jobs, just trying to find anything. For me, I'm going home for the summer at least, and then trying to come back to this area, find a job maybe in DC.
And where's home?
Maryland. Home is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All
Yeah,
right.
so I'm out there. I know, go Steelers.
You have an okay football team, but
Right.
nice area.
Yeah,
What's your football team?
I said okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Suzanne? What are you going to do next?
Well, I have an internship for the summer, so I'm excited about that. I'll be working at a production group doing branded video work, so that'll be really cool.
Ooh, jealous.
Yeah, I'm
that'll be
excited
fun.
for that. Yeah, and afterwards, like Mackenzie said, applying to other internships and jobs. Yeah.
Very exciting. Any
And
goals?
we should mention, I'm sorry, Kristin, we should mention that the screening of the documentary is going on as we speak, and we'll be sure to post it on our social media
definitely will.
have. We're not even important enough to get an advanced copy. We have to wait to watch it like everyone else. So
Yes.
we'll be sure to put it up on our platforms.
Yes, very true. Well, congratulations again, ladies. Thank you for your hard work on this documentary. I know, speaking as a long-term Anne Arundel County resident, it's still one of those things where you think this isn't happening in my community, and really appreciate
It's really
you
important work.
bringing this to light. Yeah, it's very important work. So congrats on your
you.
graduating.
Thanks.
And very exciting time. Come back. We'd love to have you working on the show.
Yeah, we don't
that'd
pay.
be cool, right?
We don't pay, sorry.
You can pay in food.
I'll take it.
There you go. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Welcome back. Volunteer commissions all over the state are gathering feedback from women on the issues that matter to them and reporting back to Governor Larry Hogan. Anne Arundel County's event is coming up in just 2 weeks. Our own Michelle Corkadel has more. Michelle?
Thank you, Dave and Kristin. I'm here at Anne Arundel Community College this morning, and joining me are two ladies from the Women's Commission, Suzanne Kipke and Bernadine Crosby. And we're here to talk about the Women's Commission and some upcoming events that other residents can participate in. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. So the Anne Arundel County Commission for Women was created in 1975 for the purpose of serving as a resource to the community and to inform the county executive about issues related to women and children in the county.
Great. And how many women serve on this commission?
We have 18 full commissioners, 12 associate commissioners, and 3 student commissioners, which are young women who are juniors and seniors from area high schools.
Great. And so the diversity there allows us to really engage in a lot of issues that are important to women today.
It does, yes, and each commissioner is required to participate in 2 community events in addition to the events that the commission itself puts on. So we participate in the Homeless Resource Day that's put on by the county. We participate in the Make Health Happen Fair at Kinder Farm Park. We participate in a variety of events. Upcoming, we have the Dash for Dignity, which is a 5K race at Heritage Community Church that we'll be volunteering in. And it helps to raise awareness on the issue of human trafficking, and it raises funds to help victims of human trafficking.
So it sounds like human trafficking is one of your main focuses.
It's an issue that is definitely growing in focus for us, and it's definitely an issue that I know is growing in the community as a concern. Mm-hmm.
Great. And we have an upcoming event, I believe, that many women listeners today are going to be very interested in. And it starts with an opportunity to have a conversation of your choosing. Is that not correct, Bernadine?
That is correct. We have partnered with the Maryland Commission for Women to create the Voices of Maryland Women, a listening tour that's going to be taking place on June 8th at the community college. We're asking women throughout the county to come and participate, to let us know what are the challenges that they as women have to deal with and encounter every day in their everyday lives. We want to hear from them. We are going to be part of a report that's going to be generated. As of now, we have 11 county commissions participating. The final one will be in June, and then there'll be a synopsis of all the commissions throughout the state that have participated, and this will be presented to Governor Hogan. So it's a chance for women to raise awareness about the things that are important for them, to come and let us know what you need as far as being citizens of the county. If you cannot attend, you can go on to the Maryland Commission for Women, and there's a survey on there so you can have input that way. And also the flyer is on there you can get registered. We have seating that is limited, so we want to make sure people are registered. The link is right there. All you do is click on it, register, and then come. It would be June 8th at the community college in the Applied Learning Center at room 100. It starts at 6 o'clock, a half an hour for reception, and the listening tour starts at 6:30 through 8:30. So we hope everyone will come. It's a great opportunity for the Women's Commission to be engaged with women throughout the county, and we want your voices to be heard.
Well, I will, for certain, will definitely be there right here, and I believe this is probably where your registration table will be set, at the Conferencing Center at the Applied Center for Learning right here in Anne Arundel Community College. I so look forward to the opportunity, and I want to thank each of you for joining me here today. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Michelle. Ladies, make sure that you're out there through Thursday, June 8th at the community college to make your voice heard.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, get funky with it.
You might not want to
Beastie
get funky
Boys.
at this event, but anyway.
Get funky with your words.
So we have to close the loop here.
I don't want to talk about it,
It's a sad
Dave.
day. I don't want to talk about it either.
You were so excited. I mean, I was
was.
pulling for it too, but the twinkle in your eye, we thought we had a chance with these Caps with the Wizards.
And they both choked
in
like
true
dogs.
Fashion,
They choked
Game
like
7
dogs
for
and
Caps.
embarrassed me.
I know. I'm sorry.
And the weird thing about it is I feel like the Caps choked, and I don't really say as much that the Wizards choked, but they really did. They lost Game 7. All they had to do was play tough for 5 more minutes, and they would have won that game. And instead, they're going home to play golf.
Well, the Nats won that night, so at least
There you go.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
for that. You always find the bright side.
Little-
And you know
You're
what?
welcome.
No matter who plays the LeBrons, as I call them, Cleveland is going to get crushed. So I really think the Wizards could have won a couple games against them, but they're going to. I'll probably be wrong again, but I'm going to say here that they're going to beat the Celtics. Aren't going to even win a game. Maybe one.
You think maybe it's time to turn your cheek on DC and come to Baltimore?
Never do that. No. That'll never
I
happen.
thought I'd just try.
Good try, Lagana.
Yeah. So also in the world of baseball, I don't know if you saw this or not. They did the big ceremony for Jeter.
Derek Jeter,
Yeah.
number two.
Number two. And
My dad loves Derek Jeter.
Did you watch
and
any
the
of it or
New York
see any of the
Yankees.
follow-up?
No, I just saw I think I know what you're going to bring up.
Okay.
I saw the back page story about how Alex Rodriguez went to dinner with J-Lo instead of going to the
No,
ceremony.
I didn't know that, and that's some good gossip right
Yeah, and
there.
then he's like, well, I had to spend time with my mom for Mother's Day. I
oh,
was like, yeah, sure.
snap. Well, your mom's not J-Lo.
Right.
I thought she was with somebody else. Why
And
did I think she was dating somebody else?
And as my friends Tony Kornhauser.
Drake. I thought she was with Drake.
No, she's with Alex Rodriguez
A-Rod.
now. Yeah.
Wow. Derek Jeter's nephew, 4 years old. The most adorable thing I've ever seen. Jalen Jeter.
Oh, shocking.
And asked him on camera if he said, I know you have to retire number 2, but when I play for the Yankees, can I wear number 2?
What'd he say?
Derek said no.
Oh, of course he said no. That
he
doesn't
said
surprise me.
No, and then when he saw how upset his nephew got, he goes, well, maybe I'll consider it just for you. But this kid
Derek
is so
Jeter
cute.
is one of those athletes where I hate the Yankees. Even though my dad always loved them, I hate the Yankees because I grew up around here, and you're not allowed to like the
No, you
Yankees.
don't like the Yankees.
But I went to spring training with my dad one year, and that was the Rivera and Jeter, the end of that team.
Right.
And Jeter just couldn't have been a nicer guy, super nice, always stayed and signed autographs and all that stuff. So he's a great guy, stand-up guy. I got nothing bad to say about number two, Derek Jeter.
Well, I know there's supposed to be hate for the Yankees, but I have to say now more than ever, I think we can all unite against Boston. So
Yeah. We don't like Boston.
No.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.